Welcome, everyone, to the Plains in Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of the Auburn Tigers, where telling someone War Eagle is just as common as saying hello. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on another SEC rival, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So Oklahoma's offense takes the field to start this game off. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Tackle is made after the first down.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that when you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that.
Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
First down for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Looking to go up top on first down. He's got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. It's complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Auburn doing business in the red zone. Unloads quickly. He's brought down solid. Pick up but a little bit short of the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. And they can't make the play on third down. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've had a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. Hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, running back gets to give. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma.
And that pressure just engulfed him. In the heat like that, you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
Man, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the offense.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Toledo was able to cap off a close one inside the Glass Bowl with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Trying to find his man on first down. Dances away. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Auburn sends out the punting unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong. And I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up. And usually, they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice job, big fella. You make a catch, you're a viable target for your quarterback and gain a couple of yards.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. And the Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. Now on the return. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Looking to throw on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Carter. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Got it in the middle, it's Johns. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
They give it to him again. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Auburn lines up quickly.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the left. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Looking to scramble. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll put the tight end in motion. The give. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They march 78 yards down the field and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're lining up to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Caught in the backfield, it's Mullen. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Inside the 30. Afterburners coming. Touchdown Sooners! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finished it off with an electrifying 45-yard run to the house. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one. Auburn to the line in a hurry. They'll throw it on first down. Grabs it in the middle.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it to a car wash and not get away. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Johns. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The give to the back. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. He's looking for an open man on second down. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. That gives him 100 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. All wide outs, no backs. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught close to the marker, it's Harbor. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Throws to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. They march 78 yards down the field, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there on the Plains. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Jordan-Hare.
And the Sooners will line up to kick off and start the second half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Auburn lines up quickly. He's got it on the right. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake, now to throw. A strike downfield. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Red pass, it's complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field, that's a
touchdown, Auburn! And that one will give him the lead.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. An 84-yard drive there, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, last week was great for this young man, but man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level, just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
On 3rd and long. He's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He finds his man. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And you see on that play the confidence that he has in that playmaker on the perimeter of the field. He's already had a couple catches in this game.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. He'll just keep slinging it. Makes the catch. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much running room. He's got one down to the 12. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. He'll set up to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. He just makes it look so easy. Impressive run.
So impressive. Time and time again, he can buy time, make you look silly. And the defense is just kind of like, wait a minute, you got him? I got him? No.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Wake Forest is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but look at that score. This is a close game. They're up by 4 over Duke. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. He's looking to throw it. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's second down. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Gets it out quickly. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Trying to get to it. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the drive.
Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Auburn lines up quickly.
Hey, nice job by the offense there, attacking the middle of the field. Excellent route, finding the soft spot in the defense. Nice job by the quarterback putting it right on his guy.
Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's John. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's John. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. He'll keep it himself. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And I love this. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to eat that clock, let it tick down. A field goal here, I'm up by 2 possessions.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. In for the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been... As a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man, and they convert. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Wants to throw on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Mullins. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's for deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They're trying to get to him. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And they'll blow it dead around the 30-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing, using the quick game. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Buys a little extra time. And that ball is picked off. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He stopped at the 32-yard line, pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Out of the gun to give to the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
He'll try to tack on one more. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Signals for a fair catch around the 5-yard line and hauls it in. He's backed up deep in his own territory. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Coming after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And intercepts it. And they'll drag him down after a good return. Well, points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works, a ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, break those negative plays. Just can't give up so many points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.